Hey guys, so today's video is a little bit of a throwback to like the old school YouTube days for me because I haven't made one of these videos in a really long time. It's a perfume collection video and I've had quite a few requests to do this recently, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm going to start off by telling you about my favourite fragrances and then run through into my kind of like lesser worn ones but ones that I still really like that are in my current collection. I think I have about 15 to show you, so I'm going to jump right into this video. It isn't crazy long. Starting off with my two favourites, which are actually by the same brand. They're both Byredo. My favourite perfume, which has been my favourite since Christmas, which is when I got it, is the Byredo Bal D'Afrique. This was actually a Christmas gift, but it was one that was on my Christmas wish list. And I absolutely love this fragrance. It's so kind of fresh and clean, but still quite feminine and soft at the same time, and I just really love it. I love Byredo candles and fragrances. I don't actually love their hand creams that much for some reason, like I don't know why, but yeah, I love their candles and their fragrances, and this is definitely my favourite kind of fragrance. In terms of candles, Treehouse is my favourite, but their other favourite fragrance of mine is the Untitled one, which mine has a little F and M on it because I actually bought this one myself, and I bought it for my what to buy him for Valentine's Day video because this is definitely a unisex fragrance. I actually bought it from Mr. Porte, so I love this. It's similar to Bal D'Afrique in the sense that it's quite fresh and light, but it's definitely a little more kind of fruity in a masculine way, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain that, but both of these are so lovely, and they're definitely like my favourite fragrances. Another two that I love that are both from the same brand, that again are amongst my kind of favourites, are two Aerin fragrances. The first one is Amber Musk, which I bought, gosh, quite a while ago now. And luckily it hasn't gone off yet, which I dread the day when expensive perfumes go off, especially these ones because I think they're like £90 or something crazy. But the Amber Musk smells so delicious. I absolutely love amber fragrances. It's just very warm, and I love this one in winter time. As you can tell, I've used about half of it. I absolutely love that. And then the other one, I actually got sent from them when it launched, and I adore it. It's the Tangier Vanielle, which, as the name would suggest, is a vanilla fragrance, but it's very warm. It reminds me of Diptyque Eau de Well, which I used to have, I don't have anymore. It's kind of like a spicy, warm vanilla scent, which I would 100% recommend. And I love the bottles of the Aerin fragrances as well because they have those like resin kind of caps on in different colours on the lids, and I just think they look like kind of natural stones. Really nice. And then another favourite of mine is the Elizabeth & James Bourbon. I absolutely adore this scent, and this is probably the most affordable scent in my collection, I think, because you can buy like the little rollerballs of it in Sephora as well. You can't get it in the UK at the moment, but if you are in Sephora, I would 100% recommend smelling this because it is so gorgeous and warm and sexy. It's like almost a little masculine, but then it has that like slight soft touch to it, which makes it just absolutely divine. Definitely more of an evening scent than the daytime, but I'm never one to have rules when it comes to when you wear your scents. I usually just wear what I want to wear whenever I want to wear it, but I love this stuff. Another more recent favourite of mine as well is the Atelier Cologne Orange Sanguine fragrance. This is one of their classics. I don't know if it's actually their original one, but it's the one that I like the most from the collection. In fact, I would say it's probably like by far my favourite. It's so fresh. It literally smells like fresh oranges. There's no other way to describe it, but it is so nice. Atelier Cologne is quite an expensive brand, but you can buy the little purse sprays of it and the smaller bottles as well. So I would 100%, if you like citrus scents or just looking for something really fresh and fruity for summer, I would 100% recommend trying this out. It's probably one of my most worn fragrances at the moment. I just really love it. And it's also not like anything else I have in my collection either. And then another one which is a fairly recent addition to my collection, this is the Karen Walker Runaway fragrance. And this again is really quite sexy and a little bit masculine. It reminds me of the Viktor and Rolf Spice Bomb, which is actually a guy's scent, but a lot of girls wear it. So I definitely think this could be like a unisex fragrance. It's quite like heavy and rich, but at the same time like really sexy. So yeah, I love the bottle of that as well. It's an amazing kind of teal, blue, green colour. And then the next fragrance is one that has been a favourite of mine for such a long time, but I actually don't wear it very much anymore. I used up a couple of bottles of this, and then the brand actually sent me a fresh one when I last ran out of it. And I haven't really used it since then, and I love it. Like, I got it out. I keep all my fragrances in a drawer so that they don't get, they don't go off in the sun, which you're supposed to do. And I haven't smelt this in so long. It's been at the back of the drawer, and it just smells so good. This was my #1 favourite fragrance for like 2 years, and I used to wear it all the time. And so now when I smell it, it reminds me, it really specifically actually reminds me of my summer holiday. I think it must have been like 2012 when I was wearing this continually. And it was like the only fragrance that I took with me. I wore it like the whole of that year and probably the year after as well, but oh, it smells so good. And you know when fragrance just really like takes you back? Absolutely love it. So nice. Miller Harris, L'air de Rien. It's actually in collaboration with Jane Birkin as well. It's a very kind of unusual scent. It's inspired by like old books and libraries and cigars and lots of weird things like that. So it does almost smell like you're walking into an antique shop or something like that. It's just so weird, but so good. And then moving on to my 2 Jo Malone fragrances. I'm very lucky and I get sent most of the Jo Malone new releases. But I have to say, the 2 that have actually made it into my personal collection, I keep pretty much every single thing that I get sent from Jo Malone because I love the brand, and it's all in my house. So it's either like in the downstairs loo or in the guest rooms and things like that. But there are 2 fragrances that are in my current collection at the moment, and they are Dark Amber and Ginger Lily, which is my favourite from them. And I actually have a couple of bottles of this because whenever it's like Christmas or my birthday and stuff, they usually send me one. So I have like one in my bedroom, one in my bathroom, one in the downstairs loo, like I have them everywhere. This one is actually a engraved one, and I love this scent. To me, it smells a little bit like sun cream. Again, this has been one of my favorites for a really long time. Again, it's got amber in it. It's a very kind of warm scent, but then the ginger lily is almost just like it adds like a fresh element to it. And I don't actually normally like lily scents, so I don't know the difference between the lily and the ginger lily, but ginger lily definitely smells better. And then the other one is Rose Water and Vanilla. And this is actually a very unusual scent from Jo Malone. It's part of their Cologne Intense range, so it is really, really strong. Like, one spray is usually enough of this for me. Because it's got vanilla in it as well and rose, it's very, very sweet. But it's very soft at the same time. It really is. It smells like confectionery. Like, it's super, super, super sweet, but it's really delicious. I really like this as an evening scent, if I'm honest, like almost like bedtime. I know it sounds weird to put perfume on at bedtime, but sometimes I do it because I just love the fragrance so much. But yeah, that's my other Jo Malone scent in my collection at the moment. And then I also have an Armani Si fragrance, and I don't know the exact name of this one, but this isn't the original. This is the one with the gold rim at the bottom and the gold here. I don't know the name. I'll pop it in the info bar below. I have a feeling the difference between this one and the original one is that this has like an amber note to it. Again, you guys know I love amber, and it just, from this video, you know I love amber. And this, I love the original C, I really like it, and I like most of the limited edition ones that they do as well. But this one to me is a little bit richer, and it's a little bit more kind of, it's a little bit deeper, like deep, rich kind of version of the Armani Si. So that's my favourite one from them. And then I also have my Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess. This is new this year. I usually get a new one of these every year. They're their summer limited editions. And they basically smell like sun cream and the beach and just summer. It is the scent of summer to me, Bronze Goddess. So, so good. And then I also have this, which is a very, very special fragrance. This is the Trish McEvoy Precious Pink Jasmine. And I have loved this scent for such a long time. And I've never bought it for myself because it's super expensive, but I was so lucky. Last time I actually mentioned Trish McEvoy in a video, I mentioned this fragrance and how much I love it. And they actually sent me one and they put my name on it. How cool is that? Like engraved my name onto the bottle. And it's the first bottle of this that I've ever owned, despite spraying it on myself pretty much every time I walk past a Trish McEvoy counter because it smells gorgeous. As the name would suggest, it has jasmine in the fragrance, but it's not an overwhelming floral. I don't really love super sickly floral fragrances. This one is very fresh, it's very sweet, but it is just lovely and absolutely love it. And the bottle is gorgeous. So thank you, Trish McEvoy, super nice. And then I have two more. First one is a Guerlain fragrance. I don't actually own any other Guerlain fragrances except this one. This is the Le Petit Robe Noire. And this is a limited edition bottle, but the fragrance is the original one. When this first launched, I actually went to the launch and I have to say I didn't like the fragrance very much, but something about it has grown on me. This fragrance is really sweet. It's very unlike a lot of other Guerlain fragrances because a lot of them are very traditional, like very heady, strong fragrances. This is strong, but it's very sweet and almost gourmand. It has a very strong scent of, or very strong note of cherry in it. Almost like you can almost taste cherries when you smell it. But I actually really like it. I didn't used to, and for some reason something about me changed, and now I do actually really like this scent. And then last but not least, a classic. I also have a little bottle of Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. I love this scent, but I don't like wearing it a lot of the time because everybody wears it. Like, it's one of those fragrances that people can instantly tell what it is. They're like, oh, my mum wears that. Oh, my sister wears that. Oh, yeah. And that kind of annoys me. Like, I like slightly more unusual scents. But I cannot deny how much I love the smell of this stuff. So I do have a bottle of it. This is actually the Eau de Parfum 35ml bottle, which I love because it's like the classic Chanel perfume bottle shape, but it still has the spray. But it's just like such a gorgeous kind of addition to your dressing table or whatever. I love the shape of this bottle, and it's just a real classic looking one, whereas a lot of the ones you get, if you get like the purse sprays or whatever, they're not as good looking, but this one is, and it smells so good. So that's it for my fragrance collection. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any fragrances that you think I would like based on my current selection, let me know. If you like any of the fragrances or hate any of the fragrances that I like, let me know as well. I want to know like what you guys are currently loving or like have in your collection. I'm so interested in fragrance. It's such a kind of personal, emotive side of beauty. I just absolutely love it. It can really like, I love how it can help to trigger your memories and things like that. So I'm a big fragrance person. So if you have any suggestions or any like comments on like what my perfumes and any memories you might have of them, then let me know. And I will see you very soon. Bye guys.